These are 50 secrets you didn't know about Minecraft. While Minecraft is fairly complicated nowadays, it actually started off really simple. So simple, in fact, that the first version of the game only took 6 days to make. Eventually, through various alphas, betas, and preview versions, Minecraft wasn't officially released for another 2 years. But a fact that will truly blow your mind is in the game itself. In Minecraft, there are multiple game modes like Creative, Survival, Hardcore, and Adventure. But an extra mode called Spectator lets you actually see anyone's perspective no matter who they are, and also goes for mobs. This gives us some incredible secrets and lets us see exactly what the life of a mob is like. Creepers make the entire screen green, and Endermen actually see the game in inverted colors, making everything look purple. Cherry on top, spiders have trichromatic vision, just like real life, so basically they see in cones. Well, those are cool mob facts. There's one out there that almost no one knows about. There is a 0.04% chance you could come across a zombie wearing full diamond armor. Yeah, that's cool, but it gets even better. There was a YouTuber called Rayworks who caught one of the rarest things that could happen in all of Minecraft. He found a zombie that spawned with fully enchanted chainmail armor, holding a shovel and wearing a jack-o'-lantern. Now, this is cool as it is, but it turns out that this single zombie has a 1 in 149 billion chance of spawning. That's just absolutely ridiculous. But not as unbelievable as the fact that Minecraft, when it first started development, was actually called Cave Game. Eventually became Minecraft Order of the Stone, and finally they just shortened it to Minecraft. And if you want a glimpse at Minecraft changing names, and every time you boot up the game, you have a 1 in 10,000 chance of the logo actually saying Mincecraft. Well, that's pretty funny. Not all secrets are a joy to hear. Right now in Minecraft, we have a few dimensions, with the main 3 being the overworld, the nether, and the end. But there is going to be a 4th dimension called the sky. If you imagine the nether as hell, well, the sky would have been heaven. Basically, they are opposites. But sadly, it was canceled. I mean, what a bummer. So if you want to laugh that off, though, just log into Minecraft and type this command in your game. And if you do it right, it'll equip an end rod in your helmet slot and you can walk around looking like a unicorn. This could be an Easter egg or a completely unintentional feature. Like I said, it wouldn't be the first time an amazing thing was added to Minecraft by accident. Originally, Mojang were working on pigs for the game, but when inputting the code, a developer accidentally switched around the height and length of the pig and created the creeper, and they just stuck with it. But something that's an awesome fun fact is that the Enderman language isn't just made up garbage. It is actually people saying English in reverse, slowed down, and distorted. People have figured out that the original sounds are just people saying hi, hello, and what's up. Makes them a little bit friendlier now. Something almost no one knows about, though, is the secret Chinese version of Minecraft. Because of their super strict gaming laws, Minecraft has its own version in the country, and it's full of exclusive mobs, weapons, and a lot more, but it's only locked off to Chinese players. Luckily, things we can do include some amazing naming effects. If you spawn a Vindicator and give them the name tag Johnny, it actually goes on some kind of killing spree with an axe. Kinda terrifying, but an awesome reference to the movie The Shining. And other mobs do similar things. If you name a rabbit Toast, it actually turns itself into a different color. As for sheep, if an evoker gets too close to it, the sheep can turn from blue to red out of nowhere, which is so random. Not as random, though, as the infamous Dinnerbone Easter egg. Of course, if you name a mob Dinnerbone, it will flip it completely upside down, and this has been around for a long time. This also works with the name Grum. And finally, if you name a sheep Jeb, it turns into a rainbow sheep. Mobs have so many cool hidden details, it is incredible. And you can see more of these hidden details when it comes to lightning. It turns out that when different mobs are smited, they all have secret effects. Villagers are turned into witches, pigs become zombified, and creepers become charged. And well, unfortunately for turtles, it instantly kills them. Come on, I should turn them into like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. But what scares me the most is this unused texture in the game files for a very angry villager. I mean, villagers are pretty generous people. They let you take everything from their villages without saying a word. So I kind of wonder what would have done to make them this angry. Luckily, not all mobs are scary. When it comes to parrots, you can actually make them dance. Pop a record into the jukebox and you got yourself a parrot party. And as for Endermen, they got their whole fair share of unknown facts. When they first came to the game, they actually had green eyes instead of their iconic purple. I mean, imagine how different everything would be if Mojang went ahead with green. And if you accidentally look at an Enderman and they begin attacking you, just stare at their eyes. They can't hurt you if you're making eye contact with them. You also can't provoke them through glass. But for facts that could actually help you in your survival journey, then don't forget a splash water bottle when you go to the nether. If you find yourself on fire, you could just splash the water on you and put it out. This also works in the overworld. But something that is exclusive to the nether is a mysterious occurrence that happens when you use a clock or a compass. Something we all know is they both just spin randomly with no sense of direction or time. But not to worry, lodestone still work in the Nether, and the compass will always point to it. So you can navigate the dimension and always have a waypoint to return to. And for our next fact, did you know that villagers were actually inspired by the shopkeepers from the game Dungeon Master 2? The trading system and medieval design was taken straight from it. Now it's time we rewind all the way back to the pre-classic version of Minecraft. This was a super simple and old version of the game, and by far the best part was unlimited thieves. Just press the G key to spawn one and boom, you can keep doing it forever. And in this pre-classic version, there's a fact that's even cooler. By looking at this build of Minecraft, we can figure out that the sapling was the first item added. This means that the sapling is technically the first item that was ever introduced to Minecraft. It's kind of poetic, actually. But back to normal Minecraft, we have an insane fact. If you're on your horse exploring the world but have to cross a river, just place down a boat and you can drag your horse along the lead. And yeah, a horse flying on water is kind of funny, but not as derpy as when snow golems were first added to Minecraft. Back then, they didn't have any pumpkins on their heads, so all we could see was this really weird snowman face. I gotta say, this one would not have held up. I'm not surprised they went with the pumpkin head. What's even more terrifying than the cold dead eyes of a snow golem is the fact that creepers, despite not having any arms, can climb ladders. Yeah, you think the high ground will protect you from them? Think again. They're gonna creep up on you no matter where you are, and the same goes for pigs, which is really weird. Not as weird though as putting a CD inside of a jukebox and placing down a repeater. The jukebox ends up giving off a redstone signal, and the strength of the signal depends on the disc you put in. Yet not all cool additions like that made it to the game. One day, Mojang we're working on dyed wooden blocks that have allowed us to build wood structures in any color we want. Instead, they canceled this feature and added hardened clay instead. Okay, but one of my favorite facts about Minecraft is the gas secret. If you've ever heard gas before, they have a very distinctive sound from C4. Now, if you didn't know, C4 is the composer of the Minecraft soundtrack who made all of those classic nostalgic songs you know and love. But what you didn't know was that this gas sound is actually just C4's cat making noises into the mic. And our next secret comes from the in-dev version of Minecraft. In this build, any pickaxe could destroy any ore. Basically, you could destroy diamonds with a wooden pickaxe if you wanted to. I'm not sure what that would mean for Minecraft if this is still around today, but things will be very different indeed. And so lucky for Notch, Minecraft was a huge success, and after he sold Mojang to Microsoft back in 2014 for $2.5 billion, he went and bagged himself a $70 million mansion in Beverly Hills, one of the most expensive houses in the entire city. But for kids who want to be the next big developer, then Microsoft has been helping them every step of the way. In fact, it's so helpful that Minecraft has actually become mandatory in the curriculum at a school in Sweden. It teaches students about city planning, environmental issues, planning for the future, and a lot more. Moving on, we all know that most mobs burn during the daytime, especially zombies. But what you might not know is that if a zombie is actually in a cobweb, it stops them from setting fire even with direct sunlight on them. And I don't know if you guys want some egg facts, but did you know that an egg has a 1 in 256 chance of hatching 4 chickens at a time? Only OG Minecraft fans know this one. But if you love throwing eggs, this feature was actually added when a player asked Notch one day to let us throw eggs, and if he added it, he would eat his USB. And so of course, Notch went and added them, and I'm kind of terrified for this dude's toilet. Another funny feature belongs to the dolphin mobs. Not many people know this, but if you hand items to it, dolphins tend to play with them. For example, if you throw bread or food near them, they pick it up and throw it around in the water, which is kind of cute. Speaking of food, we all know there are types of food in Minecraft that you don't really want to eat unless it's an emergency, kind of like raw chicken. Naturally, you have a big chance of getting poisoning when you eat raw chicken, but as it turns out, if you crouch while eating any type of food, it gives you a lower chance of being poisoned. That is something I didn't even know. But a trick that is extremely helpful is the water bucket secret. By placing and picking up water from a bucket repeatedly, you can just give yourself an infinite elevator. See a huge cliff but don't have enough blocks to climb it? Well, just add water and you're making your way up the mountain in no time. And a lot of people play Minecraft, especially on consoles, but one of the first ever versions of Minecraft to release on console, aka the Xbox 360 edition, actually missed a huge feature when it was released. Back when it dropped, Mojang just didn't include creative mode despite it being one of the biggest parts of the game for builders. So all of those really early videos of unique builds are a lot more impressive now. And if we're speaking of features that weren't originally included though, in the early days of Minecraft, food actually wasn't stackable. Got pretty annoying quick because it was 1 slot per food item. Players complained about it and naturally, Mojang fixed it. But we saved some of the coolest secrets until last, starting with some weird cat facts. It turns out that cats are one of the only mobs which scare off creepers in Minecraft. Like I said, get yourself some ocelots and have yourself anti-creeper protection there and then. But there's only one problem. If one of the cats gets on your chest, well, good luck opening it, won't budge. There's also weird arrow facts, like how if you shoot an arrow at a prime TNT, it actually comes straight back towards you. Probably good to know this one. But it is even more useful to know the secret fall damage trick. It turns out that if you mount a horse after falling, it prevents any fall damage. I will say this, it is super hard to pull off, but hey, if you're ever in this situation, it could save you. And you can also reduce your fall damage by landing on a bed, in water, falling on hay bales, or tactically falling falling onto a ladder. And for the final secret, we turn to skeletons. One of the funniest things about potions is how they affect these guys. If you throw a splash potion of harming onto a skeleton, you'd expect it to damage them. But instead it heals them. And for the icing on the cake, a splash potion of healing actually harms them. So, make sure to remember this one so you don't get them confused. Thanks so much for watching. It's been Tommy and Cupid here on T5G.